Well, here with me, I've got Monique Diez, and she's here to talk about all the differences or the transformation that is currently happening in the tourism space. So firstly, let's talk about what has been happening in the tourism sector and what is changing.
Great. Well, firstly, thank you so much for having me. I work for Sabre. We're a technology company, and we offer solutions. We're a big travel network provider, and we're sort of the largest provider in the travel marketplace. We're at the moment looking at a lot of changes in travel, mostly related to technology, of course. Everyone has a mobile phone these days, and due to the multiple devices that are available, iPhones, tablets, and particularly nowadays even wearable devices, that can actually offer computing solutions and travel solutions.
So what are these travel solutions? What value is this adding? You're talking about wearable devices, and I'd like to get to that in a moment. But what role is this, or what value is it adding?
Well, really, it gives you something we call glanceability. So while we're having the interview, and for some reason my flight to Cape Town changes and there's a delay, it'll pop up on my phone and notify me immediately. This also is available on the Samsung Gear S phone and watch, apologies, that will notify me immediately, so I can then respond with yes or no responses, reschedule my flight, and have everything organized so when I get up and leave the interview, I will still be, scheduled to arrive home on time.
So wearable devices, you mentioned a watch, but I've seen this on TV where it's a person looking through a glass or something to that effect. Is this something that is attainable or in the near future for South Africa? Are we using this at all?
Absolutely. Sabre's developed with Google Glass, so it'd be Sabre Google Glass, and actually presented the prototype at the World Travel Market this year. And what that allows you to do, wearing the glasses, you're basically going to give voice commands for either a destination or a theme, for example, beach, and it'll take you down that route. So it's really quite exciting, and we're excited to be part of it. Sabre is, as I said, a technology organization, and we're quite tech obsessed. And so in the whole transformation in travel, from where things used to be very manual and you had to involve a travel agent or a tour operator, people now have the ability to access their mobile devices and make sort of inquiries and reservations themselves.
So you won't need a travel agent anymore. This could potentially be replacing them.
No, we work really closely with travel companies, and they face quite a challenge because there's so many different methods of accessing reservations and availabilities. So the challenge becomes, what are you marketing to? Because you're marketing to a tablet is different to marketing to an iPhone or a wearable device at the end of the day. So we want to look at what's happening in the market right now, how we can develop and change things and transform things so that we meet local needs. Africa has multiple mobile users, as you know, and in fact globally there is one new smartphone user per day around the world, and that's more than 3 times the number of babies. So it's quite a daunting number.
Yeah. So this is, you're talking about technology taking full advantage of the South African market. You're speaking about Africa. How has that been taken up on the rest of the African continent? And perhaps maybe give us some perspective. Globally, is this the trend that we're currently seeing?
Absolutely. I think South Africans should be really proud that we're moving so far ahead in mobile technology particularly, and accessibility on the continent. Mobile phone accessibility is vast. So really we're seeing a transformation happen here that's kind of really just following what's happening in the rest of the world. And we're really quite advanced in the situation at the moment.
You would think places, I'm not sure what your exposure is to places like Kenya. We always talk about how far ahead they are, especially when it comes to their mobiles. So you would think a place like Kenya, is it also picking up quite a bit?
Absolutely, absolutely. Totally agree. Looking at, I think the rest of the world is recognizing a massive emerging market in Africa. And we often speak, you hear people saying, even in South Africa, we want to get into Africa. We are Africa, that's what's so exciting. We're here and we sort of have accessibility to the rest of the continent. So it's the rest of Africa we should be talking about, not just getting into Africa as such, but really exciting, you're right. So from Kenya and all over the rest of the continent. The number of mobile users is quite inspiring when it comes to technology.
So we're no longer using our mobiles just to check the news and weather. We can get our travel information and stay updated as well.